Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we explore volunteering opportunities with the county's Ombudsman program. 2 different telephone numbers you should know for getting assistance with county services, and employment and career services, and even a job fair, especially for seniors. But first, we start with 2 big events coming soon. The 4th Annual Active Aging Expo on May 7th, and the 3rd Annual City of Gaithersburg Book Festival on May 19th. And joining me to tell us more are Judge Ashman, a council member for the Gaithersburg City Council, and Grace Whipple, manager of the Gaithersburg Upcounty Senior Center. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Good morning, Austin.
Thank you.
Well, the annual expo, you've had this before. What goes on at the annual expo?
This is our 4th year, and the event is to celebrate older adults in Montgomery County and our greater community. In addition to preventative screenings, we have several interactive demonstrations. We have pampering, which of course is a lot of fun. We'll have pampering. We'll have massage, facials,
I'm coming.
manicures. Just things that are going to allow the senior to enjoy themselves that day. Several educational talks and a lot of fun.
Sounds great. Now, you're going to have a book fair, and I didn't know about this book fair. This is the 3rd one?
This is the 3rd one. This is a really a big growing event.
Yes, we were talking about beforehand. Tell us about it.
Well, okay, so this is our 3rd year, and the main part of our event is that we bring in authors. This year we're bringing in over 100 authors, actually.
Wow.
National bestsellers, award winners, including a couple of Pulitzer Prize winners.
Wow.
We have Jim Lehrer coming in, for example, to speak about presidential debates, and John Feinstein, the legendary sports writer, and Buzz Bissinger, who wrote Friday Night Lights, which is a spectacular book and was made into a movie and a TV series, and a ton of authors basically for every taste and age group.
And they're going to sell books, presumably?
They're going to speak first, and then they're going to sign books.
Sign
yes,
books?
We have Politics and Prose Bookstore doing our book sales that day.
Neat. How did this come about? This sounds like a big event.
It's a big event and growing. It was my idea. I founded it back in 2008. I've always been a big reader, and I've been a fan of the National Book Festival on the Mall, and there was a point in 2008 where the future of the National Book Festival was in jeopardy, and I'd been in office on the City Council in Gaithersburg for about a year, and thought to myself, even if the National Book Festival can't continue for whatever reason, we can do one of our own. There's so many wonderful authors, nationally known and adored authors and journalists in the area. We can do it, and so a number of volunteers and I have worked for a number of years to put this together.
That sounds like a biggie. And is there a website that
there is? It's a great website. It's GaithersburgBookFestival.org.
Great. And so anybody can come, and it's all day?
It is all day, May 19th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's free to attend, free to park. Everyone's welcome. I guarantee there will be things for every literary taste, from science to science fiction to history to mystery to children's to teen and young adult. It's going to be great.
Terrific. There's another event going on that people need to know about. It's the state fair.
There is.
It's called Innovations in Aging?
Right. On the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of May, the area agencies on aging for Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. are putting on an event at the Gaylord National Conference and Expo Center. The first 2 days are mostly professional days, but the 3rd day on Saturday is going to start with a kidney walk for the Kidney Foundation, and then it's going to finish, it'll be open to the public with focus on different technologies that are now available to older adults to help them age more successfui.
So there's a lot of activities going on in May. Well, May is Older Americans Month. That's appropriate.
Right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Well, it's great that you came in to tell us about this book fair. I think that was your idea.
It was. It was. I'm very proud, but I couldn't have done it alone. I have a great group of volunteers and staff that I work with who do a marvelous job, and actually they stay up nights to make this thing a success. It's wonderful.
Terrific. Well, thank you for coming in to tell us about
Thank
three
you so
events.
much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Austin.
When we come back, we'll learn more about a very important advocacy program here in Montgomery County, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? Now there is only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls: 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's new online and telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Remember, call 311 to get it done.
Have you ever parked illegally in a reserved accessible parking space?
And thought, what's the harm? I'm only going to be a minute.
We know how important it is to have reserved parking.
And the adjacent striped access aisles provide necessary space needed for assistance devices like my wheelchair and my service dog.
Respect the need for reserved parking and the laws that govern its use.
On behalf of everyone with accessible plates and placards,
We are asking you
to respect the space.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Being an ombudsman advocate for residents in assisted living facilities and nursing homes can be very rewarding but challenging work. Well, joining me to tell us about this service and how to volunteer to help others are Eileen Bennett, the program manager of Montgomery County's Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program, and Bill Jones, an ombudsman representative. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you for having us.
So what is the Ombudsman Program?
Well, an ombudsman, first of all, is a citizen's advocate. It's a Swedish term that is actually a citizen's advocate, and our clientele are people who live in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. So we have staff that are paid to do advocacy work, and then we have volunteers like Bill who come and volunteer their time to do the same work, but in a smaller capsule interval of time, but our work is the same whether we're paid or volunteer.
So how many volunteers do you have nowadays?
We average between 50 and 55
Oh, wow,
active
that's a lot.
volunteers at any given time.
And you've been doing this, Bill, for quite a while now.
About 5 years.
5
I'm into
years.
my 5th year.
And where is it that you are an ombudsman?
I work at Friendship Heights, Brighton Gardens, which is an assisted living facility.
How did you get into this?
Well, I retired from working in human services for many, many years, and I had been in the executive level, and a lot of stress. And when I retired, I really wanted to, gear down and play golf and relax. I thought I'd done my time with it. But it's a short time, I realized my body was telling me I needed to gear up, and I needed a new purpose, because I'd worked so long and had such good experiences with working with people. And I was looking for a place where I could do that. And I learned about the Montgomery County Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program, applied for it, and also wanted something that had a purpose, that would add a purpose to my life and what I was doing. And I found Eileen and the Ombudsman Program, and it's been great ever since. So.
And there's a training program involved, isn't there?
We do. We have a very active training program. Our training is about 30 hours. We have a week-long orientation for candidates to come and learn about us and for us to learn about them and discover what's important to you. Golf was not on your agenda of things we had to provide, so we didn't find you one on a golf course. However, we do have a matching process in finding what it is you're looking for in an experience, what type of individuals you want to be working with. Do you want to work with people who are challenged with dementia? Do you want to work with people who are in for rehabilitation services? What kind of relationships are you looking to build, long-term or short-term relationships? Those kinds of things are what we're looking for. And then after a training, we do interviews and seek a match for the volunteer.
So you have a training program coming up in May, I believe.
We do. May 21st is the beginning. It's a Monday. And we are looking for candidates to give us a call, and we'll talk about the process of application and screening and the type of things that are available.
So what's your phone number?
Our phone number is 240-777-3369.
And you also have a website.
We do have a web page that's associated with the county. It's www.montgomerycountymd/LTC Ombudsman, OMBDUSMAN.
What kind of situations have you encountered in general terms, without being too specific about a person, but what kind of situations have you encountered?
Well, the facility where I work has assisted living for about 100 people, and then there are 25 people who have dementia, Alzheimer's. So it allows me to work both with residents, with the resident council, and with the families in the Alzheimer's unit. A lot of the problems is building relationships. It's getting close to people where they know you and trust you and they feel comfortable bringing their issues and problems with you. So a lot of it is just basically helping people think through problems, helping them build capacity to know how to deal and resolve the problem, and rather than you taking over and doing it for them. But occasionally there are problems where the resident needs assistance with their rights being questioned or violated, or abuse, or but we also try to promote really high quality of life opportunities. We try to make sure we help prevent abuses and problems by being present and working and training the staff, as well as working with the residents.
So I take it you wouldn't have done this for long. You feel like you're making a difference. I mean, your counsel is helping.
Yeah, well, the feedback I receive from the residents and the families tell me that I'm valued.
That's terrific.
Yeah, they tell us he's not allowed to go play golf.
Right. And your staff would also get involved as appropriate.
We have several staff members who are the technical advisors, technical assistants, and support for our volunteers that are in the field. We also do complaint resolution. We get involved in some very complex situations, including abuse investigation, as well as something as simple or as difficult to solve as I don't like the food here.
Right. What a wonderful resource and a terrific contribution you're making. And so you have a training coming up, you said again, May
21st.
Great.
And give us a call and we'll tell you more about it.
Thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
When we return, we'll tell you the differences and similarities between two of the most useful telephone numbers for county services. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Serving your community is a great feeling. The Montgomery County Volunteer Center can connect you to hundreds of volunteer opportunities available throughout the area. Are you a student, senior, professional, community group, or business looking to serve? Simply visit our website to select what's right for you and get great ideas from past projects with our volunteer toolkits, or share a success story of your own. The Montgomery County Volunteer Center. Make an impact in your community. Where will you serve?
Here's your chance to save money and help the environment. Bring your reusable bag when you shop and you'll save 5 cents for every store bag you don't need. Retailers in Montgomery County charge 5 cents for the plastic or paper bags they provide. Why? Because plastic bags are the biggest single source of stream and waterway litter, causing pollution and flooding. And every year, Montgomery County spends $3 million on cleanup. So do yourself and the environment a favor. Bring your reusable bag when you shop. You'll fight litter and keep the change.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Here in Montgomery County, we have two numbers all residents should know about: the Senior Resource Line and MC311. Here to tell us what each of these numbers can do for us are Jennifer Long, the Program Manager of the county's Aging and Disability Resource Unit, and Ann Santora, the Customer Relations Manager of the Montgomery County MC 311 information line. Well, tell us, how did this 311 come about? Because it's fairly new.
Yes, it is. We officially launched in June of 2010, and what it is a county-wide call center for approximately 37 county offices, departments, and boards across the county. We have lots of information about those departments, offices, and boards that residents of the county and those outside the county can obtain by calling a simple number, 311.
So instead of calling each individual department for something, you just get one number.
Exactly. And if you're outside of the county, you dial a 10-digit number, 240-777-0311.
Wow, that's terrific. Mm-hmm. So you've gotten a lot of calls, I guess.
Yes, we get approximately 2,000 calls per day.
Wow.
It's on the rise.
Oh, wow. Now, Aging and Disability Services has its own resource line. Tell us about that.
Right. We're not a new number. Our number is 240-777-3000. We're the main line for Aging and Disability Services, and we provide information and assistance to seniors, people with disabilities, and caregivers.
So what kinds of questions do you get?
We get all kinds of questions, and some are very straightforward, whereas the nearest senior center, they can be resolved quickly. A lot of times people don't know what they're looking for, but we can help them determine what they're eligible for and what services are out there, and even help them apply. And we can go out in the community and do presentations, do outreach at fairs and events to let people know about the services and how to obtain them.
So I know some of our viewers are going to wonder, well, so which number should they call?
If you're a senior person with a disability or a caregiver, or calling about one of those persons, feel free to call us and we'll help you figure out what you're eligible for and get you to the right place.
Because I guess sometimes 311 would refer you to...
Yes, exactly. So if someone could not remember that number, right, but they can remember 311 and they right, dial 311 asking for services for seniors or other information, we certainly can provide that information and send the person over to Aging and Disability Services for that specialized information.
What about the language issue? How does that work with you?
Well, actually, we have Spanish speakers in the call center, and we have a queue. So when a person first calls the 311, they would be put into a Spanish queue or another language queue, and when they reach the customer service representative, if that person needs an interpreter, we would dial a language line and be able to provide the appropriate language to speak to the customer.
Is that also true of you?
Yes, we have the same capability.
So are there questions that people that are more challenging? What are the most common kinds of questions?
Well, people calling about housing, they want information about senior housing availability, transportation options, they can't drive anymore, prescriptions, Medicare D, trying to figure out which Medicare drug plan to pick. And so some of them are more time consuming. We can't say, oh, you should pick this plan. It's a matter of, well, it depends on your circumstances and what medication you're taking. Or for any financial benefit, there are criteria, income and assets, and we need to find out how much money you're bringing in, what your assets are, what your living situation is, and help you figure out whether you're eligible or not.
So, I mean, are the people who answer the phone likely to give the answer, or are they likely to refer? I guess or both.
Both. In many instances, they will help you figure it out, and they have the information and the knowledge. If it's for a clinical program within Aging and Disability Services, we will refer it to a different screening unit. Or if it's someone who can pay for a resource and they just didn't know what was out there and what was available, we can refer to other nonprofits or fee-for-service agencies in the community.
Even to find a phone number, I've called 311 and just to get a county employee. That's
okay.
Yes, the simplest thing.
Absolutely. If you call and ask for Jennifer Long, we will be happy to provide you with Jennifer Long's number and transfer you if you would like to be transferred.
Are there any? Can you generalize that? I guess you got a huge range.
We have a wide variety of calls that we get on a daily basis. Questions about trash, questions about recycling bins, questions about housing complaints, rats, smoking laws,
Oh, God.
immunization, tall
Right.
grass, you name it.
It must be challenging for the staff.
Well, we have a wonderful knowledge base where we have all of our information, so we continue to tweak that information and put it in such a format so it's easy for the
What a
customer service rep
Great
to
resource. Both of your numbers are terrific resources. Thank you both for coming in to tell us all about it.
Thank you for
Very
having
welcome.
us.
When we return, we'll conclude today's show with an in-depth look at employment opportunities and challenges, especially for county seniors. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. We conclude today's show with a discussion about employment and career services for seniors, and even a job fair coming up. And joining me in the studio are Mickey Gordon, the Assistant Executive Director of the Jewish Council for the Aging, and Mark Strassman, the Senior Director of Operations, Employment, and Career Services for the Jewish Social Service Agency. Well, welcome to Seniors Today. Welcome back, Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, tell us again about this exciting expo that's coming up.
Yes, on May 21st, as you said earlier, May is traditionally Older Americans Month, so we hold our 50 Plus Employment Expo. This year it will be held once again at the North Bethesda Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. Easy access for seniors via the metro and free parking. And thanks to Montgomery County, we're able to bring this to the senior population.
And was it the third or the third one?
Oh my goodness, about 7.
7? Oh my God.
And we did it many years ago, but
Oh, yeah,
once they
right.
built the
Yeah,
conference
right.
center, we had this beautiful facility.
Yeah, it's a
and-
great facility for it.
Yes, the expo will have approximately 40 plus different employers that have jobs.
Jobs, yeah,
yes.
which is important.
Not just to advertise different
Right.
employers.
That's
Many community, about 30 plus community resources. We'll have 2 resume reviewing rooms that will hold open longer. The expo's from 10 to 3, and we hold the rooms open till 4 so that people can have one-on-one time with a reviewer to help them tweak their resumes. There are 7 different seminars giving
Wow.
people lots of information and an internet cafe.
And last year there were, what, 35?
We had about 3,500 people attend,
Wow,
yes.
that's amazing.
It is amazing.
JSSA is an employment counselor at Career Services. Tell us about what you offer the community.
Well, JESSA has many services from
Right.
cradle to grave, but my division works in the employment area. And we do many of the things that Mickey and JCA are bringing to this expo. Everything from tweaking your resume to interview skills, one-on-one career coaching. We have a tremendous amount of workshops throughout the year. We have weekly job search networking clubs. And really anything that will allow the unemployed to get ready for the employment search.
Before we went on there, you mentioned something called boot camp.
Boot camp, yes.
Tell us what's that.
So we have our Job Search Boot Camp, which is a 2-day event that takes the client through everything that you would need to be able to do your job search more efficiently, from how to use the internet to what kind of questions are asked in an interview, how to dress, how to show up, when to show up, and really all the things that you need to be competitive in today's job
And
market.
there's a charge for that, isn't there?
There is a nominal charge. It's $50 for the 2 days. You end up with your manual that is chock full of things you can use from the second you leave the event.
Now, you both have some websites, and so that people can get additional information. Why don't you tell us your website?
Sure, www.jessa.org. It's JSSA.org.
And is there a phone number that You just want the website.
Website, everything's there on the web.
And you have a website and a
Yes,
phone
we
number.
do. It's www.accessjca.org.
Wow.
And then there's a specific number dedicated just to the Job Expo, 301-255-4209.
In addition to the important thing, of course, is the job search.
Mm-hmm.
There are all kinds of community resources. You have tables of people providing a lot of information. Isn't that true?
Yes, we have probably about 35 different community resources that are there all under one roof so that seniors who wouldn't be familiar, such as Montgomery Works or Jess's programs, will be able to know what they can do, because we want them to have the ability to hone their skills and have things to do after May 21st, which is one of our panel discussions. We're going to be working with experts from JCA's Career Gateway, which is a program that helps seniors also get themselves ready to go back into the job market, Montgomery Works, and Montgomery College as well.
Yes, you mentioned the Career Gateway is a relatively new program for JCA.
It's approximately 2 years. It falls under our JCA University banner, where we are able to, it's a 3-week concentrated class where we not only similarly teach people, about resume and interviewing and dressing for success, but we also assign a mentor to someone who will walk them through the process they need. Many jobs that you go to, which people will find out at the expo, don't accept a resume any longer, which is why we have the Internet Cafe, so people can go online and there'll be individuals there to help them research a job and help them fill out the applications.
The Career Gateway, there's a charge for that, right?
Yes, that's $75 for a 3-week class.
Right. And what kind of evaluate track record? I know that you require the employer to have, used to be 3 jobs, is that right?
5.
5 now?
Yes, yes.
All right. So do you have any sense of how it turned out last year? The folks who came, did they get?
We did background the year prior, where we had approximately 3,200 people attend. It's very interesting. The average person looking for a job under 50, it might take 9 months, a year. Seniors are finding it could be upwards to 18 months to 24 months.
Wow.
So we did a lot of outcome research after the event, and we found out that of the 3,200 that attended 2 years ago, 800 people got full-time, part-time, or seasonal employment, which was a terrific outcome we felt.
Terrific. Well, the employment is a challenge for older people now. I'm sure you found it. Everybody's having employment issues, but how do you see the situation affecting older people?
Well, to Mickey's point, the unemployed is a crisis in and of itself, but for seniors, the extent, the length of unemployment, 12, 18, 24 months, is becoming a new crisis. And it's even more so of a crisis in that there are even some people referring to it as the new normal, as if that's acceptable to be unemployed for that period of time, and there's not much we can do with them. So Jess, as well as the many programs that we've talked about, as JCA has as well, and many agencies have, tweaking the resumes and learning to interview. But what good does that do if when you're climbing up the coconut tree you're finding no coconuts? So we're developing opportunities to find the entrepreneur in everyone. So there are challenges. So if the jobs aren't there, we're encouraging people to make their own, to try that entrepreneurship view in life. Everybody has a passion. So we're putting together seminars and sessions, working with a handful of banks and attorneys, the Small Business Association, to be able to work with these individuals to learn how to do a business plan, to think about what do I want to be if I could be an entrepreneur. From small, from dog walking to big, being a business consultant to leasing environments and really everything in between.
We're out of time, but you both terrific resources for folks looking for a position. Thank you both for coming in and sharing those ideas with us.
Well, thank you for having us.
Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.